You guys ever wonder why God allows pain and suffering to enter into our life? I've had that question a lot, and usually it's from new believers, or um, there's been people who were walking with the Lord and then had a change in their life, and because of the pain and suffering, they walked away. Um, you know, you guys, I have had a lot of pain and suffering in my life, and if it weren't for that pain and suffering, I would not be sitting here talking to you. The whole reason, I've said this several times, the whole reason why I'm even on YouTube is to tell others that Jesus saved me. Um, yeah, I got to a point, where I hit rock bottom. Um, but God allowed that for me because it made me realize how much I needed Him in my life. I believe that you know, if God were to make decisions for us, if He kept us from the valleys that we're supposed to go through, if He kept us from pain and suffering, then He would be a dictating God. That means that we would assume He would make all decisions for us. We have a free will, and so a lot of decisions that we make in our life cause pain and suffering. Um, and sometimes we miss a blessing because we make a wrong decision. It's not that God's setting us in a trap. We're not guinea pigs. We're not puppets. We have our own free will, but God does allow us to fall because we have to learn who we are. Really, in the bad times, you guys, when a disaster hits, our reaction really tells who we are. It tells our true character, and this is why God lets this happen. Um, also, let's see. God lets us fall because it reveals to us the consequence of sin. Um, you guys, if you realize, then then we realize, okay, if we trip and fall, then we realize that we need God, that we can't do this life on our own, in our own mind and way of thinking, that we cannot do this on our own. um a lot of us think that we're succeeding in life on our own, but we're not. um I give God full credit. um you know we fall because we realize that we need God, and that brings us to a place to where God equips us, to where we can take that bad experience and go and help others. There's a lot of things that I've experienced in my life in pain and suffering, and I really believe that my entire life, the trials, tribulations, everything that I've gone through in my life, I believe that my purpose was to be here talking to you right now, because um, maybe there's something in your life that you don't understand, but it's something that I went through. So God put me here so that I can, you know, tell you how to get through the situation, and you guys do the same thing for me, for things that, a lot of you guys are helping me out. Um, I'm forever grateful to a lot of you that, you know, that help me. And I thank God for the trials and stuff that we go through, because I learned so much of who I am. And really, it really brings us to a humbling, um, humility point in our life, to where we we go to God, and we then realize that we don't have the comfort in the worldly things. That all comes down to it, you guys. Let's just say that everything is stripped away. Our house, our jobs, our families, our health. Everything is stripped away. what do we have? What do we have to cling on to? We have God. And why? Why does he want us to trust in him so much? Because he loves us. And, we love him. But it's because he is changing us to be like his son every day. It's all about Jesus, you guys. This life is not about you and me. It's about Jesus. And the more we fall, the more we learn. It's like children. Children, they learn to crawl, right? They learn to crawl, and there's like step by step. You learn to crawl, and then you learn to walk, and then before you know it, the kids are like running all over the place, and you can't catch them. We're the same way, you guys, in our relationship with God, and the trials and everything that we go through. It's the same thing. Okay, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I was reminded of watching Dr. Charles Stanley. He's one of my favorite preachers. And anyways, he gave a really good verse. It was 2 Corinthians 12:7, and it talks about Paul. Here, let me read it to you. And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was even to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. Thorn in the flesh. That's okay, here. Let's see. We don't know what Paul's thorn in the flesh was because he doesn't tell us. It could be, a lot of people think it's either disease of the eyes. We don't understand what it was, but it kept him in a humble place to where, God could have healed him of it, whatever it was, but it kept him in that humble place to where he needed God. So, there's times when, some of us even have the same thing, like health problems, or, I don't know, it could be whatever. But that's our testimony, you guys. That's our testimony for Christ. That's us saying, I can't be here if it weren't for the Lord. Look at this situation. Look at this thing that I have. Gosh, you guys. Okay, here, let me give you an example. I'll give you several. Okay, I used to be an alcoholic. I was an alcoholic, and I couldn't have gotten through it without God. Not a lot of people in my life know that I was an alcoholic. It's not something I was proud of, but now I can stand here and proudly say that because of Christ, I'm sitting here today and I am free of alcohol. I have no desire for it whatsoever because the Lord took that desire out of my heart. But my testimony is, if he did it for me, if he took that for me, he can take it from your life and he can heal you of that too. Because doesn't matter what addiction, whatever, it's all about having a testimony for Christ. It's to show what he's done. The Lord has changed me. He's transformed me. I'm a new creature because of him, not because of me, but because of him. It's all about giving God glory. This is all about God. So, anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to make that video. So now you know why God allows pain and suffering. I love you guys. And if you ever need prayer, anything, I'm always here, okay? I love you.